like we said earlier, we're going to be trying Angel's Envy bourbon and the rye. These are ones that, what did you say? Episode 6. We did Angel's Envy way back on episode 6. So you can go back and see our very first impression of the first time we ever tried Angel's Envy.
I feel like our palate is probably a little more developed now because we drank a decent amount of, like, we tried different whiskeys back when we started this, but we've had a lot more by doing this podcast.
Yes. However, this is also one that I feel like people have. So when we're going out, or people like, and we've had Angel's Envy much more recently than episode 6.
Well, yeah, no, I know. I'm just saying, like, for as far as building the taste profile.
Oh, we're probably better at reviewing it now. You mean? Yeah. We probably that. I see what you're saying. I'm following, Justin.
Following along.
It has been a while since I've had the rye, though.
Yeah. Bourbon is in the short glass. I'm
okay.
saying it now because I will forget.
You will. You have very short-term memory.
Why do you say that?
I just do.
What?
What?
What are we talking about?
Exactly. Anyway, sorry, we're lame. The bourbon has a really good price point. You can find it pretty much anywhere. And we like Angel's Envy. We recommend it. So to give you guys a little bit of background and history, Angel's Envy was founded by Bourbon Hall of Fame member and master distiller Lincoln Henderson and his son Wes. They focus heavily on unique secondary finishing technique. On a unique secondary finishing technique by maturing the normal way in charred oak barrels, but then they transfer to secondary finishing casks. So if you've been on a distillery tour anywhere or talked about whiskey in depth with anybody, and you'll know that during the aging process, some of the whiskey evaporates, and that's known as the Angel's Share. So after tasting the whiskey, Lincoln jokes that tasting it, or like after the secondary finish, was a better deal than what the Angels got from the maturing process.
Oh yeah, because when you're finishing, it probably doesn't really evaporate. Right?
Yeah. Yep. Okay. So and again, like that Angel's Share, it's lost in the pre-secondary finish. So that's how the name Angel's Envy was created. And in 2016, they opened. I feel like you were going to say something.
I was just going to say, if we mentioned that in the episode 6 way back when, I didn't remember it. That's kind of funny. That's how they came up with the name. I like it.
Okay. See, your memory. We're going back to your memory. So this is like brand new for you.
Right.
In 2016, they opened the first full production whiskey distillery, along with it's a long whiskey row in Louisville, where they have tours, tasting, cocktail classes, and more. And then in 2022, the master distiller position was transferred to Owen Martin. And he was previously in Denver distilling single malt whiskey for Stranahan's Whiskey Distillery. Angel's Envy also has a partnership with the Arbor Day Foundation to help replenish America's white oak, which are the same that's used in their barrels. So far, through help with the Arbor Day Foundation, Angel's Envy has planted 311,000 trees, including 40,000 in Kentucky.
Nice.
So
that's pretty cool.
Yeah, there is, like, this is basically their way of giving back, since they used the trees for their barrels. However, it's not just to regrow trees. The trees also help prevent soil erosion. They filter water, improve rainfall absorption, and reduce runoff. Plus, in case you didn't know, trees are kind of important.
A little bit.
So you can go and you can learn more or donate to their cause on their website.
I heard that was a myth, that trees don't really produce oxygen. I'm kidding. I didn't hear that.
Okay, because I've got nothing, because I've never heard that, and that's ridiculous. Anyway, can you stop interrupting me if you have useless things to say?
That was not useless.
Some of Angel's Envy's products, they're like, for their 3 main ones anyway, is their bourbon finished in port casks, their rye, which is finished in rum casks, and then they have a triple oak bourbon, which I have not tried.
Yeah, me neither.
And we are drinking the bourbon finished in port casks, which is blended twice before and after secondary maturing. And then the rye that's finished in rum casks, which spends 18 months in Caribbean rum casks. So,
Caribbean, huh?
Caribbean. Don't mess with my pronunciation. So the bourbon was in the short one.
Yes.
You remember this?
Yes.
Okay.
That's why I told you, though, so that you would remember.
Do we have really quick though? Do we have questions?
Nope. Just RD saying how many times has defense gone negative in your league? Not a lot, but it's happened at least a couple times this season. I have seen a couple of them go negative. Usually it's a worse defense, but it does happen from time to time. I'm curious what you get in the taste and smell, because there's one tasting note and on the nose that is really jumping out at me on this.
Yep. Hold on. I don't like the dead space though. So
okay. Well, for me, I get maple syrup a lot.
Maple syrup.
Yeah. There's a lot of maple syrup on the nose.
I guess it's like a caramely maple.
I get maple for sure. Try it now too.
Okay.
Are you tasting? Is it because I said it, you think, or do you think that's?
No, because it's not caramel, but it's a very sweet smell on the nose.
Yeah, for sure. And for me, it's maple.
This is such a good bourbon.
It is, yeah. It's for the really easy drinker. It's a good go-to. It is finished in ports. I feel like some of the port finished whiskeys, you get a strong port taste.
I've never gotten that with this, and which is why I kind of forgot it was finished in port.
I think you're good. I think maybe get a little bit of Madeira on the end there, but it's not like an overly strong port taste.
No, you don't get that strong wine port.
Right. So like we have some friends that enjoy whiskey, like Josh, but doesn't really care for a port or a port finish. I don't think that overpowers this flavor at all.
No, we have tried others that are finished in wine casks or port casks, and
you get a lot of that flavor.
You do.
This one I feel it's balanced really well. That it gives it a subtle sweetness. I feel like.
Yes. Sure. Yeah, it's good.
Definitely, it does. It doesn't have heat, but it hits harder than I remembered. And I think it's just because I taste so much more flavors.
Hits harder?
There's like some spice pop to it.
A little at the end on the finish. Maybe on the finish, but no, this is a really easy drinker.
Well, no, that's why I said it's not heat, but it's different. I'm picking up more than I remember.
But it's more complex than a normal bourbon.
Yeah.
And because of that finish, when you take like a bourbon and you finish it in something, it ups it.
Yeah.
It makes it better. Like I feel like I love anything that's finished in something. Finishing.
Yeah.
We do a lot of reviews on those craft distillers, and this is something like a craft distiller would do. It would finish a bourbon in a port cask or something like that. It's
a great way to separate yourself from what everybody else is doing, because the finishes, even if it's multiple finished in port, depends on what kind of port. It depends how long you let it finish and everything. Now, I'm curious on this one. Yeah. This one smells much sweeter.
It just smells like sugar, brown sugar.
There's a flavor that's not brown sugar that I'm picking up too.
Rum.
Like rum. A little bit of rum. Vanilla.
No, it smells like you're gonna make cookies. Spicy cookies.
This smells amazing.
It does, but the brown sugar hits you so hard the first sniff.
Yeah.
And then you go in for the second time and it's there, but it's vanilla.
So I got
like you do the 3 sips with whiskey, and by the third sip you've tasted it in full, and then you take it's like you bring this into your nose a few times and different things hit you.
I got brown sugar and then rum and then the vanilla, like in that order as I was getting them. Yeah. Oh, this smells really, really good. Like you said, it smells like you're getting ready to
bake some cookies.
Yeah. Taste. Did you draw back or did you?
No.
Oh, I thought you tasted it and went,
I haven't tasted it yet.
Oh, okay. Can definitely tell that it was finished in rum casks. Unlike this one, which is very subtle on the port, I feel like you can taste the rum in the rye.
And I feel like if you're gonna if you're gonna finish something in a cask like that, you want to taste it.
Right? Yeah.
That's
18
part of it.
months is a good amount of time so that it does pick
and
up.
it has the spices, like, so like your darker spiced rum, like, because the rye is naturally spicier.
Mm-hmm.
This is really good.
It is good. It is also a very easy drinker.
Mm-hmm. Definitely could do this neat.
This one,
I don't like to do on the rocks as much, because I know some people can will add a couple drops of water, and it changes the experience of the whiskey.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely fine if that's your preference, but I don't want watered down. I don't want to water down my whiskey, like when the ice melts. So I normally just do whiskey neat.
Now this one's price point is a little different than the bourbon. The bourbon is more of a go out for a Friday night and grab it, This one's probably more for us anyways. I don't know what your unit size is, but our unit size when buying whiskeys, this is more of like a special occasion type whiskey.
It is. And we did get a deal at Costco when we got this.
Did we?
Yeah, we got this. This was a Costco pickup.
I think I remember that now. Yeah. About $20 cheaper than what you could find it at Wall.
We don't drink this one often, and it sits in my office. And tasting this reminds me of why it's in my office.
One of your office whiskeys, yeah.
For anybody to just
now, if you
make a drink with.
If you're not worried about your unit size and you're going out to get either of them, do you recommend they pick up the rye if they had to choose?
If you're looking to just have a whiskey neat and you want something a little, oh my gosh, this is so good.
It's very good.
It has a very brown sugar rum after it's finish.
Yeah,
it is,
and
on the lips there. Yeah,
it makes
anyway. Yeah.
Oh, I was gonna say, I know normally like port or port type is what we like to sip around the fire, but this makes me want to have it around the fire for some reason. I don't know if it's almost like a fall taste because of the brown sugar and the sweetness. I don't know.
Maybe
it's okay,
but if you're looking to, I guess I would drink the bourbon neat as well. But I think that the bourbon is a really good go-to if you want to buy like a good bourbon and you want to make a really good old fashioned. Angel's Envy is a recommendation. If you want to get something a little bit more special and you want to drink it neat, I guess you could make. We're gonna make an old fashioned with this on Thursday's show. I don't know. Did we make an old fashioned with this when we first reviewed it? We would have. That was our.
Yeah, I'm sure we did.
But yeah, the rye is definitely my favorite.
Yeah, I agree. I would pick it over the bourbon as well, but both are very good. We were both wrong on our first touchdown. Cream Hunt just ran it up the middle.
No, you're kidding me.
No.
Why? See, I can't be here when we're wrong. You told me I was wrong last week, and I was like, no, just stop talking to me. See, I don't like that kind of pressure. It's a lot of pressure.
It happens though. We've hit far more than we've missed as far as unit payout goes. Josiah worried about our units.
No, your units. Our units are still up.
Yes, our units are still at full mass. I believe now we're at. I didn't update it from the weekend because we hit some of the bets we gave out for the weekend, but I think we're still around plus 18. We're at an 18er for our units. She gave me the old sholdder look that time. She got
a pretty
excited.
Big unit.
Our units are not ruined. Don't worry.
Can we? Yes.
Miranda would like to move on from the unit.
I don't like units. Make me uncomfortable. Saying unit.
Not what she said last night. Do you have anything else you'd like to add about football, whiskey, units, or other?
No, just good luck to everyone tonight who joined us in the chat. Who, I feel like most of my leagues are riding on tonight's game.
Yeah,
not necessarily riding on it, but I've got players in most of my leagues playing tonight. So
yeah, so I think we had Trills, Z Money, Cap for Life. Wesley all talked about they needed some players tonight. So good luck to you. I hope you guys win. And yeah, everybody have a good week. We'll be back on Thursday for start
Yes.
sits, best bets. We're probably going to be doing it as a roundtable, so you'll have more people to ask your start sits, talking about some of the surprises in fantasy football this year, as well as talking about the I'm getting distracted by the chat here. As well as talking about some players to stash or trade for.
Mhm.
Josiah, could you explain the concept of effective nuclear charge and how it affects atomic radii ionization energies? Yes, I can, but I'm not gonna. If you don't have anything else to add,
I feel like we were just asked the homework question there.
right? The answer is the lateral collateral ligament. Then my whiskey is just about gone.
Mine will be.
And yours will be, especially that rye. Yeah, going once, going twice.
Sold.